Hadn't really planned on doing a video today. Okay, audio. In a previous video, people, I pointed out the well-established legal maxim that no, you do not have a First Amendment free speech protected right to shout fire in a crowded place where no fire exists. Now, why would I, the incredibly fluid, most flexible, humble messenger, who moonlights as a freelance investigator with an action-packed expense account, feel the need to revisit this old news? I'm talking fire, people. Not Fire 101 with the fire triangle, heat, oxygen, and fuel. I'm not talking about spontaneous combustion. Nope. Here's what I want to talk about. Is it true? Are they correct when they say, where there's smoke, there is fire? Stay with me, people, 'cause I'm just getting started on Tuesday, the 10th of August, 2021. Yeah, people, I'm on the wall. I see smoke, and I see fire. You might want to check out what that mass of shit is smoldering in your basement. So, let me tell you what's going on up here on the Watchman's Wall. The good news? No one, globalist or otherwise, has fired a single shot at me. However, I'm noticing a few people stocking up on eggs and rotten vegetables, and they are getting within throwing range of yours truly. Why? Inquiring minds want to know why, you ask? Well, here's what I've been hearing lately, people, and not just from the bottom feeder pit. Quote, people like you have been blowing smoke up my ass with your endless conspiracy theories, ... unquote. Or, quote, you've been saying that bullshit since I've known you, ... unquote. And here's the real killer. Why don't we just change the subject? Huh? Why don't we just do that? Oh yeah. How's that? You guys want to trade places with me? Anyone? Tell you what. I'm standing my ground. I'm not changing my tune one bit, except it's already probably worse than I've been saying. And bad things are piling on from a variety of directions. The attack upon us, people, is multi-directional. Trust me on that, and very fast. It would be difficult at best to go back in the, well over 400 videos, audios, think Paul Harvey, heard but never seen, and find the ones concerning the social credit scores first introduced in China a few years ago. You old subs remember that? A passport, if you will, contained on your beloved, I can't live without it, smartphone. Look down, people. In a nutshell, quick review, if your social credit score dropped to a certain point, you could no longer go out and play. You became a second-class citizen, and a number of significant opportunities were no longer available to you. Any of this starting to sound familiar today in the It Can't Happen Here USA? Well, I'll tell you what, you guys might be getting bored with my voice, so let's bring up old Matt from Michael Matt from Remnant Video. Just play a few sound bites from him, see what you think. Here we go.
This brings up an interesting point, by the way. Whatever happened to My Body, My Choice?
Not about this.
Not about this?
Florida and Texas account for 1/3 of all new COVID-19 cases in the entire country. Just 2 states.
I didn't mean to interrupt people, but pay attention. This is your president. Sure as hell ain't mine.
Look, we need leadership from everyone. If some governors aren't willing to do the right thing to beat this pandemic, then they should allow businesses and universities who want to do the right thing to be able to do it. I say to these governors, please help. If you aren't going to help, at least get out of the way.
Ooh, tough guy. Careful, Joe, because, buddy, even in your heyday, you actually were never any match for this guy.
Joe Biden also believes that vaccination should be mandated by force of government and that you should have to show vaccination status to be able to participate in society now. And so I think the question is we can either have a free society or we can have a biomedical security state. And I can tell you, Florida, we're a free state. If you are trying to lock people down, I am standing in your way, and I'm standing for the people of Florida. So why don't you do your job? Why don't you get this border secure? And until you do that, I don't want to hear a blip about COVID from you. Thank you.
Governor Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida. The hypocrisy of it all. I mean, it's in your face, people. Almost 2 weeks ago, your president clamped down on foreign flights to the U.S. Remember that? It's no longer 2019 when you can just waltz into the good old USA. Not anymore. Nope, you flying travelers will be jumping through some hoops. But yet, the southern border is wide open with hordes and gobs and slews of refugees crossing into the U.S. with no hoops. No hoops. Hell, free rides and flights to destinations all across the country. Montana, for one, right next door. So rise and shine, Whitey. These are our replacements. All right, let me wrap this up with one more soundbite from Michael Matt. I'm trying to get that queued up here. Hey, if it's too long for you, switch off. Don't even bitch to me about it. Bring your eggs and rotten vegetables. Okay, so let me bring up this other one. Here we go.
So, why is everyone freaking out over this? But we're all terrified. Suddenly we're all experts on the Delta variant. We need to possibly pull our kids out of school again. Everybody's got to mask up, and we got to get vaxxed right now because of the Delta variant about which we know nothing. Do you think maybe the media are doing it all over again to you? Do you think maybe they're just hitting you with the propaganda once again, or scaring the heck out of you, and you're falling for it? You think is that a possibility? You know, because why else are you masking up your own kids? You know that's not healthy for them. You think you might pull them out of school? You think it's okay the teachers' unions are trying to keep the kids out of school this fall? You think maybe something else is going on here? After all these months, you're still drinking the same vat of Kool-Aid? What is this? What's going on? If you're buying this, what's going on? Is this some sort of mass psychosis? Like a pandemic of madness? People being intentionally driven mad because it's beginning to seem that way, isn't it? Are these people victims of some psychological operation which employs fear as a means of controlling people? Because it seems that way, doesn't it? Is this perhaps why Joe Biden is out there telling them to be afraid even after they're vaccinated? Everybody's supposed to stay afraid? Mask up, stay afraid? Friends, who's falling for this and why? I mean, don't you know a political con job, a political hack, when you see one? Don't you know what they're doing here? They're using negative messaging. It's classic.
Almost to the end, people. This guy better worry about some eggs and rotten vegetables, too.
Classic brainwashing. Classic psyop, using negative messaging and the threat of something bad, something you can't see, something very scary, to keep the country in a perpetual state of fear. See, Biden wants to do this globally. He wants to vaccinate the whole world globally. Not because he came up with that on his own, obviously, but because his handlers in Davos have told him to do. So he's out there saying things like this.
Vaccinate America and help vaccinate the world. That's how we're about to beat this thing.
Now, this global initiative to vax the world will naturally require what? It's going to require a global governing body to oversee it.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a no-brainer, Matthew. So we go from the simple social credit score that was run out in communist Red China to now, and you know what's coming, people, talk about New York and California, the Mona Corona passport. Soon we will have the global citizen passport. Get your papers, get your smartphones in order, comrade, because it's coming, it ain't going away, and it's not going to get any better. So says Dr. Doom. Alright, people, this thing's run long enough. If you're still with me, hey, I'll tell you what I decided to do the other day. If you don't have a generator, get one. And if you have to go get one, get a dual fuel. Get one that burns propane, people. I'm converting mine over to propane and picking up another unit shortly. Going to be much more easy to get propane than it is gasoline or diesel. Just a pointer, just practicing what I preach. Consider it. You might want to convert to propane. Anyhow, guess what, people? You know it's coming, don't you? Yep. Got to work tomorrow to Charlie Foxtrot. So today, I got lots of stuff to do.